Just recently, Japan was shaken by a serious earthquake of magnitude 7.5 off the coast of the Aomori prefecture. It struck late in the night. Tsunami warnings were issued. Houses shook. People were injured by falling furniture and glass. Coastal towns braced for waves. That quake might not have hit where I am directly, but that doesn't matter. It proves a simple truth. Disasters don't give a heads up. They don't care who you are or where you are. Tonight you could be sleeping. You might wake to shaking, to darkness, to uncertainty. So the question remains, are you prepared for an emergency? You might think that that kind of earthquake happens far away, not here. But recent events show disasters can be regional. One quake, tsunami warnings, injuries. Once again, families had to scramble. Most of those injured, they were hit by falling objects, broken glass, unsecured furniture inside their homes. This shows you when the shaking hits, or the blackout, or the tsunami alarm, your survival kit matters. Your water, your torch, your grab bag, your plan matters. Because you don't have time to shop after the quake. You get time only if you're prepared before. I thought it's wise to just recheck what I've got in my emergency bag. Now, it's not a complete kit. I've got a kit here which is for probably 2 to 3 days. I will build on this kit, but at the moment I'm making sure that, one, I've got enough water, I've got enough sanitary supplies, so if I need to go to the toilet and there's no running water, I can do that as well, and also have enough food there. So basically, there's been many emergency events around Nagoya, and even when I went to Tokyo, they have actually had a local emergency event. So you had, in these events, you've got stalls of different natures. So went to a stall where they talked about fresh water and what type of things to keep. So I've got bottled water, but also there will be a local place where you can get some fresh water, so you need something to carry it in. In Tokyo, we have got these plastic satchels where we can go get some water. I wanted to make sure that I have like 2 or 3 days worth of food, and this is just dry food that you add water to. I do have some of these bean snacks from the Komida coffee because I actually found them quite delicious. So I've got some of those, some curry. So you could probably eat this cold. The noodles could be a bit more of a struggle to eat cold, but with the nuts and the water, you know, the priority for the first day is not really food, it's making sure you do have enough water. Also, I got this when I was in the Nagoya festival. This is a plastic bag and you can put water in it. Some face masks just in case there's a lot of pollution around, because again with the Christchurch earthquake there was a lot of liquefaction, and when that dried there was quite a lot of dust around, and that was actually quite dangerous for your health. So I've got 2 types of that. I've got my torch, and though it looks pretty small, it is quite a strong torch, and you can tap on it a few times and it does give an SOS signal, which is actually quite handy. I've got some of my toiletries here. I've got them in the bag. I'm not going to bring them out. I've got some extra plastic spoons and some wipes. I found these quite good because now when I used to get a few things from the combini, they'd give you some spoons and some chopsticks, but I've got metal ones, so I thought I'd put these in the kit. I've got some of my medication as well, and some toilet paper. So basically, from experience, I think this is practically what I need to start with. I do have a first aid kit, and that's in my bag. I take that everywhere with me. I've got this sheet and it actually tells you what you should have. It's all in Japanese. It's quite hard, so I did actually take a photo of it, and I will write down a list on the side there. So it's saying you want to have a backpack, a helmet, gloves, flashlight, battery, tissues, a towel, so I'll put a towel in there. I've got my mobile phone, which is always with me, Now, they do say to have some sealed cash books and cash. So in my wallet, I usually do carry cash with me now, because in New Zealand, in Christchurch, well, I did have cash with me, but it was in my bag, and we were always told, in an event of emergency, you leave your stuff and get out. So I'm not sure why I didn't take my handbag at that stage. We couldn't go back in the building, so I had no keys, no wallet, so that meant no money, no credit cards or anything. I just had the phone in my hand, which wasn't great. So it took me 4 hours to get to my daughter, and we couldn't get into the house. So luckily there was a window just partially open, and I had to get my daughter to jump through a window and for her to open the door. So we got there, we had no electricity, we had no water, and we didn't really have an emergency kit. We did have some bottled water, and I did have stuff in the freezer. So since no electricity, we could use some of the meat from the freezer. But really, I'd say that we weren't very well prepared at all. We didn't have a barbecue, so we couldn't really cook anything. But luckily, our next door neighbour, they used to go camping, and they had a caravan. So they were fully equipped, and we cooked with them for the first couple of days. And then I decided to go see my sister, who was in Wellington, and she asked us to come up and stay with her. So we stayed in Christchurch for about 5 days, and then, that was enough. It was pretty hard with no electricity and no water. I think the water was the hardest, because going to the toilet, you couldn't flush the toilet. So whatever water we had, we used some of it to put down the toilet. After 3 days, the council started putting out portaloos. So we did have a portaloo across the road. So at least we could use that. Anyway, so in the video coming up, I'm going to be just showing you some of the emergency events we went to. I also went to the Emergency Preparedness Centre and had a look around there, which was quite interesting. They had hands-on experience of going through a smoke-filled room. Also the earthquake room, where you could experience an earthquake. Now, I couldn't film that, but that was actually pretty realistic. You did kind of get thrown about a bit. So I know in New Zealand it was like duck cover hold. So in an emergency, you just make sure that you get underneath the table, because that's usually the strongest area, or in a door frame. And also before you kind of like run out into the stairwell, just to make sure that the stairs are there. Because yes, in New Zealand there were a few buildings that had lost their stairs. They actually had come off their hooks and concertinaed all the way down to the ground. You just have to kind of be wary of how you're going to exit. But also, if you've got family and friends, it's like, where's the meeting point? If this happens, you're going to meet there. And if that happens, you're going to meet there. So you can't just really have one meeting point, because you don't know what's going to happen. But long as you've got a couple of meeting points, depending on what scenario happens, then it makes it a lot easier. Because I know that for my daughter was at school, and she was in primary school, and the teachers waited until they were all picked up. Come and join me for the rest of the video, where I go to a couple of the events where they showcasing emergency preparedness. Also, I've got the unboxing of the flashlight. So let's get on with the video. So I'm doing a review on the wurkkos HD03 clip-on flashlight. Now, I've had it for a while and I've been trying it out, and I wanted to make sure that I was happy with the product before I did any type of recommendation. So it's an all-metal aluminium construction, and it is really durable. It's only 49 grams with a secure clip and integrated magnet for a hands-free use. It has an impressive 680 luminum max brightness output with 180 metre spotlight range and 8 adjustable modes, including a strobe and SOS function. Don't let the size fool you. It was certainly a very strong flashlight. It has a USB charger, so there's no need for batteries, which is fantastic. It's a great option for a Christmas present, that's for real. The QR code will take you to the website where you can make a purchase. I was pretty impressed with the amount of stalls and the information that you could get from these events. They're really family focused, which I really liked, and so interactive. You can get a lot of stuff in a can, and this is actually canned bread. They were giving out samples. I just moved along quickly. Had a VR experience. There was flooding, earthquake and fire. It was actually pretty good. Been in the Christchurch earthquake, seeing this kind of brought back a few memories. I wanted to have a go, but at that time I didn't think I was prepared to actually go in and experience another major earthquake. Even though it was a simulator, it did bring back some scary memories. Yeah. Well, no, that's pretty cool. And is that like an insert, or you can put plastic in there as well, plastic bag?
Right. Inside, it's the material itself is made from the adult diaper.
Oh, that's clever. So you look at Japan, and then got that's Nagoya. So it's kind of in the middle. So there was a 7.9 in 1944, 1946, an 8. I also went to a large Aeon mall, and in their main store they had quite a big section on emergency items. Let's have a look through. I hope you enjoyed the video and it's been helpful for you to start your emergency kit if you haven't got one. Let me know in the comments below, have you got your emergency kit? Are you prepared? Do you have any questions about what to do? We're building an amazing community which can help each other be prepared for an emergency. We've all got different experiences, and someone's experience might actually help somebody else's. If you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe, hit the hype button if you have one, and also give it a thumbs up, because it really does help the channel to be seen by more people. So, until next time, see ya!